All right, guys, it is almost time for Smackdown Live here as I get ready to transition on over. There we go. All right, everybody, welcome to the live stream. I am Patrick Fry, one half of the Average Marks Pro Wrestling Podcast. Let me turn my mic up here just a little bit now. There we go. Should be nice and loud for you guys. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Yeah, everything's looking good. So welcome on in to anyone who's hanging out. Of course, still a few minutes, about 5 minutes and counting before Smackdown Live starts. They just showed the crowd there in Dayton, Ohio. Shane McMahon will address his actions. Of course, the heel turn against The Miz 2 nights ago at Fastlane. That'll start the show. So we welcome everyone on in. Make sure the Twitch chat didn't do what I think it did. No, it didn't tonight. All right, cool. So we're live on our YouTube, Periscope, and our Twitch accounts. Feel free to go ahead and subscribe, whether it's on YouTube. Go to Twitch. Get us on Twitch, Periscope. Had a few folks from Periscope hanging out in here last night as I pull up all the streams just to monitor them. What else we got on SmackDown tonight? I'm sure we'll see Becky and Charlotte in some form of fashion, because technically they are still on SmackDown. So now I'm gonna get the hiccups. Hiccups were a problem last night on the stream. So, but like I said, I got a remedy. You breathe in through your nose and then out through your mouth, very slowly, and that should help. But yes, we'll be live streaming the reaction. Just call me Smokey. Thanks for sharing. Yeah. You're welcome. I guess you mean thanks for sharing the remedy there for the hiccups. Breathe in slowly through your nose, out through your mouth. It works for me. I don't know if it works for everybody. And I guess that's what you're talking about. Just call me Smokey. Welcome on in, my brother. Feel free to follow us on, what would it be, Periscope, Twitch, whatever you're watching on right now. We're broadcasting on 3 different platforms. And we will not actually be showing SmackDown, so I know a lot of folks, right at about 7 o'clock last night, we had about 15 people hop in on the live stream of on Twitch, thinking I guess they were going to watch Monday Night Raw, the actual stream, but we can't do that. It's kind of illegal, I guess, in a way. Or we'll get shut down, and we don't want that to happen, now do we? Maybe some of you do, but one of these days, I'm going to have a bad bitch sitting on either side of me, maybe on both sides of me. Who knows? That'll draw numbers up, I have a feeling. So just call me Smokey, hanging out with me here. Sure, a few people are going to start hopping on in here momentarily. I don't know what else is happening on SmackDown tonight, though. Not really sure. Raw was kind of interesting last night. Batista went face-to-face with Triple H, although it was from the stage while Triple H was in the ring. That match has been announced for WrestleMania. No holds barred. Triple H versus Batista. What else they had last night? Roman Reigns beat... No, wait. No, he didn't. The main event was McIntyre and Ambrose. Falls count anywhere. No disqualification. McIntyre won that match after McIntyre attacked Reigns before Reigns' match he was supposed to have with Baron Corbin. If there was any good news about that, we didn't have to see Baron Corbin in the main event, which I'm always cool with that. So thanks to everybody watching us on Periscope, folks coming in on Twitch. Follow us, subscribe, whatever platform you're on. So we're gonna be hanging out watching some SmackDown Live as soon as, I guess, Law and Order's over here in probably less than 60 seconds. And I tried to test it out. I don't know if you follow us or something. I think your name might pop up right here over Bob Marley. So give it a try. See if it works. Let's see. Got my Streamlabs up. So I'll see if somebody, subscribes to us or whatever. All right. The stream quality on YouTube's... Oh, let me take this off. Take my phone off the Wi-Fi here. Might help. Just a little bit. Hopefully we're coming in clear. Anthony T1015, all right, in the chat on Periscope as the opening. Ooh, turn that down a little bit. I don't want the mic to be too hot. As we got the opening signatures, I think is what they call it. We get ready to rock and roll with Smackdown Live. So I'll be here for the next 2 hours. Mikey O may join us as we live react to Smackdown. All right, Shane McMahon, he's not dancing around. He's not exactly dancing around doing his little, that thing he does with his arms, all that shit. He's just plain old walking to the ring. Mostly boos, maybe still some cheers. Maybe some folks who are not fans of The Miz might be behind Shane McMahon on this one. Yeah, so they, and there's the Best in the World trophy in the middle of, or the World Cup trophy. It's in the middle of the ring on a little table. Of course, this goes back, to when they fought each other in Saudi Arabia back in November at Crown Jewel. Yep. Shane McMahon pretty much making The Miz, or embarrassing The Miz in his hometown of Cleveland. Shane doesn't look bothered at all. Not one damn bit. All right, well, I guess we're going to get to hear what Shane has to say about his heel turn a couple of nights ago at Fastlane. Attacks The Miz and his dad, kind of. Shoves his dad down. Didn't really attack him, so to speak, but a "You suck" chant now from the crowd in Dayton. Well, let's hear what the Shane O'Mac's got to say here, if he decides he wants to speak. I don't think we've gotten a heel Shane since he's come back to the company in 2016, so this is kind of a first, I think, for a while, in a while at least. Of course, Shane's been now he's calling the announcer into the ring. I can't remember the ring announcer's name on Smackdown, the guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, the best in the world, Shane McMahon.
Best in the world. Now he's proclaiming himself as the best in the world. Where Shane's been a heel before, but it's been a long time. Oh, now he's grabbing the ring announcer by the...
You understand me? I want you to say it like you mean it. You understand? Do it again.
Ooh.
Ladies and gentlemen, the best in the world, Shane McMahon.
I guess he said it good that time. Ooh, hold on. Oh.
Say it with conviction.
Say it with conviction, he said.
Ladies and gentlemen, the best in the world, Shane McMahon.
There you go. That's good. Breaking news, Giants trade wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. to the Cleveland Browns. According to NFL Network. A little football news for you there.
Why on earth would I ever
and here's Shane.
Down my so-called co-bestie?
Co-bestie.
Well,
that word needs to die.
I'm sick of it. I am tired of all of the people that have ever been in my life. I'm not just talking about
That might beat a root beer, though.
all of you, okay? I'm not just talking about all the superstars in the back. I'm not just talking about the thousands of WWE employees. It's all about, Shane, what can I do for you to help me get ahead in life?
What are you for real? What am I? I don't know. Human? Homo sapien? For real? Homo sapien, yeah, I mean. Or am I straight? Gay? I'm straight. Primal. Wow, don't want him in the AFC. Roman 714. Well, Odell Beckham Jr. has been traded to the Cleveland Browns, so.
My entire life, people have been trying to rub up against me, and again saying, Shane, how can you help me get ahead in life? How can I get a promotion? How can I get stock options? You guys have no idea what I do for all of you behind the scenes each and every day. How can I get more money?
We really
It's all
don't.
about what can I do for them? Them. What can I do?
That's what you're talking about. I don't know.
Sunday.
It's hard to take
Beat the
text,
holy
you
hell
know,
out of
the
the
context
Miz
of text, I
in
guess.
his own hometown.
Yeah, the Browns. Yeah, seriously. According to the NFL Network, Odell Beckham Jr. has been traded to the Browns. Browns might be a squad next year, at least on offense. Watch
You
out.
see, I'm not the best in the world because I won a trophy. I'm not the best in the world because I became tag team champions. No, I'm the best in the world because I was born that way.
With the silver spoon in his mouth.
And from this point forward, I'm going to start doing things for me. And that's why it felt so good when it started Sunday, when again I was beating the holy hell out of the Miz. And the sweet part is, the last thing that the Miz saw when I was choking him out in front of his father with his baked potato face.
Big potato face. It's like
I
Mr.
reached
Potato
down there,
Head.
And the Miz, the final grass, saw his son go out, and oh my God, it was liberating. It felt so good.
Looked like it felt good to
And
Shane.
that set off a spark in me that is never, ever going to go away. So everybody, get used to it. So Miz, listen up. This is not a request, because at the end of the day, you work for me.
That's true.
I had such an amazing time beating your ass that I'm going to continue that very notion on the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania.
So Miz versus
Miz,
Shane at Mania.
Get ready for another best in the world beating, and it's going to feel to me awesome.
Miz should be coming out here soon. Or no. There you have it. Shane McMahon versus The Miz at WrestleMania 35.
You don't have to agree with what Shane did, but maybe you understand it now.
Kofi Kingston will get a WrestleMania opportunity tonight. How do you get a WrestleMania opportunity tonight? You get to earn a WrestleMania opportunity? It says Kofi Kingston will get a WrestleMania opportunity. They're showing Kofi, and then there's a little image of Mr. McMahon. So tonight their man is WrestleMania bound. We knew that. Here's those OBJ trade details for anybody who's wondering. Oh, we're going to get Aleister Black coming out here. Meanwhile, I'm going to tell you the details of the OBJ trade. Giants will receive safety Jabril Peppers, 2019 first-round pick, 17th overall, and a Browns second, third round selection for OBJ. So the Giants got safety Jabril Peppers, a first-round pick, which is 17th overall, the 17th overall pick in this year's draft, and a second, third-round selection. Third round. It's literally like a Browns second, third-round selection. So I guess that means the Browns had 2 third-round picks, and they got the second of the 2 in the third round. That's what I'm guessing. So, all right, we got Aleister Black, another tag team match. Him and Ricochet were victorious last night. Who'd they fight last night? Gable and Rude. And then they were attacked by the Revival after the match. I guess they still haven't. Ooh, there goes the hiccups again. In through the nose, out through the mouth. There we go. Alice. Oh. So it's going to be Black and Ricochet teaming up with the Hardy Boys. Oddball, welcome on in. Personally, I think the only way they should pull off Kofi going into match at Mania, New Day should turn on Kofi at Mania, screw him out of the title. Team heel turn. You like them heel turns. At this point, I don't see a New Day heel turn happening, at least not amongst themselves. I thought if that were to happen, it would have happened maybe at Fastlane. But, you know, this whole thing with Kofi Kingston has just been sort of crazy because Kofi Kingston really only got hot, you know, because he had that great match that one night that Mustafa Ali was supposed to have, and he got hurt. So Kofi filled in for him, and then next thing you know, Kofi started catching some momentum. And then now they're pretty much screwing him like they were screwing Becky Lynch. Of course, Becky Lynch has her title shot now in the triple threat. So Kofi's going to get it. I still don't know if Kofi will win at Mania. But P-Scope later on, 39. P-Scope 39 later on. Yeah, there's going to, I guess you're talking about the heel turn. There's going to be a heel turn. It'll be later. I don't think it'll happen at Mania. I still don't know if Kofi's going to win at Mania, but I do believe he will fight Daniel Bryan, maybe one-on-one. Some folks have said maybe Fatal 4-Way. You add, who was it they said they were going to add in there? I can't even remember now. Mustafa Ali and KO maybe. Could be some good character development for all three. Yeah, you're right, it could be. And you know what's crazy is, you know, throughout the years, or at least in the last couple of years, there's always been talk of Big E getting that push, and now looks like it's going to be Kofi. So I could see an instance where, you know, Kofi gets the belt, maybe Big E turns heel, and you have a Kofi, you know, Big E feud where Big E's the heel, because Big E's been a heel before. We'll see. I don't know. They don't ask me, so I really don't know what they're going to do with them. But if I had to guess, I don't see a heel turn amongst the New Day themselves with anybody between now and Mania. Maybe at earliest, the night after Mania it happens. I guess it depends, though, because I don't know. Maybe that's how Kofi doesn't win the title. Maybe Big E screws him at Mania. So maybe, you know, Oddball could be right. I don't know. Only one way to find out, folks. Tune into WrestleMania on April 7th. We'll be live streaming. We'll be live reacting to the Raw and SmackDown leading up to WrestleMania, and also the Raw and SmackDown after WrestleMania, because those are obviously two big nights. Oddball, I don't see it happening, but I think it would be an unpredictable outcome. If Kofi was to become champ, I think they've done everything they can with him as a team now. Can't see it working otherwise. And then P-Scope 39, exactly, many possibilities. Use Kofi to set up champ for Fox SmackDown. Yeah, that's true, yeah. Now, he'd have to hold it for a little while, because, you know, they don't go to Fox until October, and if he wins it in April, he's going to be holding it now. He'd hold it for about 6 months, which could be a very interesting run if they don't screw it up. But then lately, I don't know, they've screwed up WWE Championship runs. They've just made them somewhat boring to me, but that's just my opinion. Yeah, and back to what Oddball said, you know, New Day came around in, what was it, sometime between 2012 and 2014, and since then they've been a team together. They've never split up or anything. Hell, the Shield split up twice since then, and the New Day have never split up. So, you know, hey, if they're going to split up, now's the time, I guess, sometime this year.
You just take a step back and look at all the talent in that ring. It's really indicative of how healthy the tag team division is especially here on Smackdown Live. On one side of the ring, you got an unlikely union of old school and new school. And on the
Well, to
other
be
side,
fair, one of those tag teams are not technically on SmackDown. You're talking about the array of talent in the tag team division on SmackDown. Ricochet and Black are not even an official part of SmackDown, and Rusev and Nakamura, they just kind of randomly threw that together. Hardy Boys just came back. Sheamus and the Bar have been the only ones that have consistently been around, and then they just moved to SmackDown last year. So,
The one and only otherworldly athleticism.
And now Aleister Black coming in to back up his
here we go. Standing moonsault from Ricochet. That was nice. Goes for the fall.
kick out by Nakamura.
Ricochet, in my opinion, best pure athlete in. Let me see Ricochet and Cesaro go at it here, huh? That would be a wild match, in my opinion. Matt Hardy gets tagged in. No, he's no longer broken. He's just regular Matt Hardy, the extreme Matt Hardy. But he's still saying delete, so.
And in comes,
But he looks like the Hardy Boys Matt Hardy.
I guess since we're going back in time.
Yeah, then acted like it never happened.
Oh, in their matchup a couple of weeks ago, it had been 10 years since the Hardy Boys have competed as a duo on SmackDown Live. Oh.
the Hardys understand a lot. Watch out.
Matt Hardy, elbow right to the back.
I wish they'd do Broken Matt and like Brother Nero, man. That would be so great. Maybe they can't do it. I don't know. I mean, they did it for a little bit, and I don't know. And then they teamed him with Bray Wyatt. Like,
The NXT upstart.
I never understood that.
Put away Sheamus and a kick out.
We still never gotten Broken Matt Hardy and Brother Nero together as a tag team, as the Hardys, the Broken Hardys. Now Hardy goes after Cesaro, but took your eye off of Sheamus for 1 second.
Tag legal man. They're doing a lot of
Now Cesaro's in. Jeff Hardy also the legal man now.
Same kind of feel from Aleister Black and Ricochet.
Well, Brian, let's be honest.
Now Cesaro mocking Matt Hardy.
Lackadaisical cover at first. Now hooks the leg kick out. Let's be honest. This
Now's the time, I think, and what better way? Kofi has been overlooked for years, screwed multiple times out of title match leading to Mania. Last minute, New Day screw him out of his big match. Yeah. So Oddball's calling it. The heel turn from the New Day, maybe at least Big E. I don't know about Xavier Woods. I don't know where Xavier Woods would stand in this, but you know, it's crazy to think because, man, you know, they've made it seem like the New Day is just so supportive of Kofi Kingston and him getting a title match. Like, they're the number one, you know, guys behind the push to try and get Kofi a title match. So it'll be a crazy swerve, I think, at Mania. Although I'm sure, you know, people like you, Oddball, are expecting it. So it'd be a surprise to me because I'm not expecting it to happen at Mania, to be honest, in all honesty.
frustrated right now. According to ESPN, Rusev has not won a match on pay-per-view in over 2 years. 17 consecutive.
Well, meanwhile, Rusev now is in the ring. He's got a little headlock on Jeff Hardy. Jefferson Hardy. Got that headlock in on him. And he's not close to the... Matt's going to try and clap, maybe get the crowd into it here. Jeff Hardy's going to try and fight out of it here. He's not really close to the corner.
As we saw the fallout between Shane McMahon and The Miz earlier, that does mean the Usos obviously retaining the Smackdown tag team titles at Fastlane, so buy an opportunity for all these teams to jockey for position.
Absolutely. Listen,
Rusev well in control. Lana looking hot as always at ringside.
auditioning for a future title opportunity.
Take another look at this. Hardy trying his best to fight away from the clutches.
Yep, Rusev yanked him down by the hair.
Rusev with a little underhanded tactic.
And now Rusev will tag in Sheamus.
Mark, this team, this international union has cut the ring in half essentially. Hardy has been nowhere near a tag.
Now Shinsuke Nakamura, former Royal Rumble match winner, now tags in Cesaro, and this is excellent teamwork by these four.
Jeff Hardy's in a bad way right now. You see Hardy trying to desperately fight.
Bought himself a few seconds. Rusev's
All right, now Ricochet's going to try to...
capitalize.
Now Ricochet's going to get tagged in here. Rusev in. And the hot tag from Ricochet. Here we go. See what Ricochet can do here.
Gonna light up the super athlete. Whoa.
Ricochet said several weeks ago, referring to Rusev, you can't crush what you
Little
can't
Hurricane Rana there.
right now.
And a drop kick.
The one and only shining bright.
Absolutely breathtaking to watch.
All right, Oddball. We're following Mania. Kofi walks out champ. New Day celebrate. The Kofi takes offense saying, I've worked for this. This is my title, not a team effort. I did this on my own. Kofi heel turn. Boy,
Oh, that big, massive right hand.
all the heel turns over here.
Team match continues on SmackDown Live.
As we go to another commercial, but it'll be a split screen, so I can tell you exactly still what's happening during the match. Ricochet's down on the outside here. Well, Cesaro now has kind of tossed him back into the ring there. That way that he, now he got a headlock. Cesaro does. Now we got Cesaro and Ricochet in the ring now. A one-on-one match I would love to see. If they would take the cuffs off of them and say, hey, go have at it, that would be a match, I'm telling you. Now Cesaro tags in Sheamus in a kick to the midsection of Ricochet. A double clothesline now. Sheamus in control of Ricochet. I tell you what, watching Monday Night Raw last night, it was so many commercials. I feel like there's at least 15 commercial breaks, that is. Rusev into the match now. A little elbow drop on Ricochet. So the team of Cesaro, Sheamus, Rusev, and Nakamura have been in complete control since the commercial break. Deplorable Sam, they need a split screen during Raw commercials. Yes, I was actually talking about that last night on our live stream we had last night. So Deplorable Sam, thanks for coming hanging out with us here on the live stream. Yeah, they need to split screen, and that right there, it tells me there's obviously two different groups of people running, Monday Night Raw and SmackDown, because SmackDown has the split screen during, matches on commercials, and then you have also on Raw they don't do that, and then Raw's, announce tables by the stage, and then SmackDown's is at ringside. So Peace Cup 39, Kofi wins at Mania. Have a nice rematch post-Mania. Coin toss if he holds for a rematch. Yeah, I think you're right. It might be a coin toss. I could see him dropping the title the next month, and just kind of giving Kofi that good feel-good story, winning at Mania, as Cesaro will tag himself in. Ricochet's still in the match, so they're still working on Ricochet, trying to keep him away from his corner. So I don't know. WrestleMania is already shaping up to be very interesting. They need to bring in stable titles, 3 belts. Yeah, like 6-man belts. Yeah, like they do in New Japan, like never open weight 6-man championships. That'd be cool. Of course, I'm not gonna have the Shield anymore apparently, unless that's a work. Then you got the New Day. If they possibly break up, I'm trying to think of some other 3-member factions. Men, they got Sanity, but they never fucking use Sanity. And you got the Undisputed Era. When they come up, there'll be 4 guys. Trying to think, what's some other 3-man factions in WWE right now? Can anybody think of any? Because I can't. Other than New Day, the Shield, which are, 3-man band can reform. Hell yeah. Well, you still got Jinder. You got all 3 members there, Heath Slater and then McIntyre. Oh, my God. Can you imagine McIntyre in that now? All right, we're back from the commercial now, as Sheamus has Ricochet in somewhat of a headlock here, but Ricochet is trying to fight out of it. And he'll send Sheamus to the outside. Now Ricochet will try. Cesaro's going to pick Sheamus up and put him back into the ring. Tag him in, get tagged in, and now will not allow Ricochet to get the tag. But Ricochet, flips Cesaro over. Now he's going to try and tag in Matt Hardy here, and Matt Hardy's in. They have the roster. Yeah, they do have the roster, P-Scope. They have the roster to create some 3-man factions. That'd be great. Of course, it's not like New Japan, where New Japan is just like, I think everyone's in a faction. It's but the factions are huge, and there's like factions within the faction, or whatever, factionception is what we can call it. As poetry in motion, Jeff Hardy goes flying. Now, bro kick to Matt Hardy. Here comes Aleister Black. Knee to the face of Sheamus. And a Machka kick now from Rusev. Here comes Ricochet flying in for a drop kick and then a kick now. So everybody's pretty much doing their moves. Twist of Fate to Nakamura. And now Cesaro will roll up Jeff Hardy, get a 2 count. Miztourage back. Yeah, they could bring the Miztourage back. That'd be great, too. You know, I think that, you know, honestly, I'd love to see a 3-man faction with McIntyre, Lashley, and Strowman. That would be oh, my Lord. I don't know what you'd call them, but Swanton Bomb from Jeff Hardy on Cesaro. And now they all break it up. So add one with Daniel Bryan. You know, and then the Wyatt family, they're all broken up now. Maybe they do, I don't know, maybe they'll do something with them. I don't know what Bray Wyatt's up to. Luke Harper returned, you know, from injury at a house show. So I don't know what the hell's going on with Bray Wyatt. Well, here comes, speaking of the New Day, it's Kofi. The New Day are out here, and they're just beating up everybody. Well, the New Day has a score to settle with New Day. Rusev and Nakamura, but they just beat up everybody that was out there, and they kicked to Sheamus. Well, the New Day's out here just beating up everybody. I don't understand where they're going with Nakamura. Not long ago, he was the main event slot. Now he's on pre-show matches. Yeah, I think they royally screwed up Nakamura. Royally. That's the bad thing about WWE sometimes, man. They screw up the most, you know, gifted wrestlers. The New Day is showing no mercy to anybody right now. They're mainly beating up Sheamus, Cesaro, Rusev, and Nakamura. And now Big E's holding Nakamura in the middle of the ring as a knee to the face from Xavier Woods to Nakamura. Man, the New Day, they're looking mad hot right now. And Kofi Kingston, trouble in paradise to Rusev. I have a feeling we're going to see Mr. McMahon maybe come out here. But yeah, oddball. Don't know what the hell they're doing with Nakamura. I mean, they're just, they royally screwed him in my opinion. They may have a chance to redeem him. I don't know. I guess they could if they really wanted to. All right, what's this? The Usos coming down the stairs here. Hold up.
We see you out there trying to take what's yours, Us. Just like we took what was ours at Fastlane. Oh, yeah. It's going to WrestleMania. Hey, Us, which tag team gonna run up? Is it the Board? Is it Swiss cheese and light mayo? Probably not, because all they got to worry about is Mr. Turnbuckle. Or what about Rusev Day and Shinsuke? Or NXT's Aleister Black and Ricochet? Yeah. Anyways, which leads us to one more tag team. Hey, Us, they brothers like me and you. Hey, but they nothing like me and you. Oh, no. Hey, this is the warning shot to every tag team in the game. Let's go. Run up and get done up. Welcome to the Uso Penitentiary. Yes.
Any tag team you want a piece of the Usos, Jimmy and Jay will be waiting for you.
It sounded like they just called out the Hardys. Here comes Randall. Oddball, same as Rude. He was pushed to be a top guy. I can't see him in the top spot at all anytime soon. I enjoy him in the tag division, but I feel they do this a lot with potential top guys. Yeah, and I think a lot of it is just the oversaturation of the talent they have. They just don't know what to do with it half the time, you know. And then even with the oversaturation, it's like I feel like they just use the same guys over and over sometimes. It's kind of frustrating, but I guess we're going to hear from Randy Orton next. So as we go to another commercial, Bella Twin showing off a little titty. I like it. Just a little titty, that's all. But a little titty is better than no titty, right? Ooh, excuse me. Yeah, instead of building compelling, they do. Yeah, you're right. They do random stuff like, like at Fastlane, like they randomly threw Mustafa Ali into the championship match. They randomly made the four-way. Like they don't really build. At least I feel they build stories. Like the Triple H Batista thing, they're going to build that story. Rollins and Lesnar, they're going to build that story. Obviously, Becky, Charlotte, and Ronda, they're going to build that story. But like mid-card to low-card guys, they just don't ever build a story. They just kind of throw people together. Like it's either that, they just use stories of, I don't know. They just, sometimes you're right, Pisco, they just do random stuff. They just kind of throw shit together. And it's, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But, yeah. And then 16 match. Like how, back in the day, it seemed everything was planned smarter. Well, back in the day, they probably had a lot less to work with, I guess. And now they have too much to work with. They don't really know what to do with. Whereas back then, Raw, they had Raw that was 2 hours. They had Smackdown was 2 hours. Everybody was on the same show. Then when they bought, WCW, they had this oversaturation of talent to do the brand split. I think the Mustafa Ali thing was to please the Saudi Arabia audience, but made no sense at all, no build-up. Well, Mustafa Ali just kind of came out of nowhere, and then he got hurt, which is kind of how Kofi, rose up to get as hot as he is now, because he basically took Mustafa's storyline. P-Scope 39, I don't know. To me, that's random. He's losing his mind for Triple H to end his career, but why, really? I agree with you because, like Batista said, Triple H has never beaten him. So what is Batista trying to prove, Unless he wants to beat him at WrestleMania. I think that's the story to it, is that he wants to do it at WrestleMania. He wants to do it on the biggest stage in wrestling, So I think that's the whole MO, honestly, behind it, is just that it's WrestleMania. Batista's beaten Triple H before, but now he wants to do it at WrestleMania. So I guess we'll see. With so much emotion and with so much spit, too. Boy, he was so much saliva came out of that dude's mouth last night. Unbelievable. That was a good little segment, though. At first, he kept saying, give me what I want. I'm thinking, what the hell does he want, And he wanted, obviously, he wanted the match at WrestleMania with Triple H, so. Evening, gents. Ryo man, I don't even know how to say your name, but well, I could just call you Ryo. Thanks for hanging out, man. Good evening to you. We're watching Smackdown. It's in a commercial. Go figure. What are the odds you come in here and they're on a commercial? It's a good chance. P-Scope, it's like they don't even try to be creative with what they have. No, I don't know. And then they got, like Ricochet and Aleister Black, they just kind of threw them in the mix. I don't know. I don't think they know what they're doing either. All right, we're going to hear from Randy Orton now.
There's something I got to get off my chest. This is the house that AJ Styles built, right?
Ryo, I'm streaming out of Louisiana right now. Lake Charles, Louisiana.
In 2002, AJ Styles was wrestling for $10 a night in a high school gymnasium in front of 12 people while I was here making my WWE in-ring debut. In 2004, AJ Styles was shaking hands with his opponents in the bingo halls, and I was here becoming the youngest WWE champion ever. In 2005, AJ was down in Florida getting a tan with Dixie Carter while I was here facing The Undertaker at WrestleMania.
Yeah, Pisco, we're out of Lake Charles, Louisiana.
2007,
all right, Ryo. Look, there you go. It works. Ryo Asuke. I'm going to just go ahead and say it. Thanks for following. We appreciate it. So it does work. All right.
This isn't the house that AJ Styles built. This house was built long before AJ Styles ever stepped foot in this ring. This is the house that Randy Orton built.
Randy Orton taking shot. Here comes AJ now.
I think the phenomenal one may take exception to those comments, but
I'm going to get to some of y'all's comments after we hear from AJ. We're going to hear from AJ here in a minute. P-Scope, you down in New Iberia? All right. I was down in New Iberia during football season. I do color commentary for Sulphur High School football, and we went down there and played New Iberia High. Nish. We went down there and played New Iberia. So I was down there back in, I think, late October, early November sometime. The New Iberia. The only thing I ever hear about New Iberia are the New Iberia haircuts. What's up with the New Iberia haircuts, man? But Pisco, glad to have you in here, man. If you can see now, it's backwards, but I got the the LSU Tigers flag back there, so it's kind of hidden behind me. But yeah, P-Scope, you were saying during the Attitude Era, the roster was stacked from top to bottom. All the stories were interesting. That's because they had just these larger-than-life characters that, and they did build the stories a lot better. Tigers, baby. Go Tigers.
Wow, Randy. For someone who looks down on the Indies, you sure did follow my career pretty closely. Hey, I'm flattered. And you're right, I did come from the Indies, and I'm damn proud of it too. And I've heard it said that guys like you weren't made for my world. You were built for the WWE. And that's a good thing, because guys like you would not have made it in my world.
Ooh.
Hey, not with things like this.
Now this is building a story right here. Now he's mocking his pose that he used to do in Evolution, or still does. Ooh, what he said, I don't even hear it.
Now wait just a second. Are you telling me, as you stand here in this ring, face to face, man to man, that you and none of your little indie pals ever ripped anybody off?
Ooh. He's hitting him with this.
My indie pals? Well, take a look around. Take a look around backstage. You're surrounded by them.
He's got a point.
See,
the oddball loving how I turned the volume so you can hear him. Of course.
The right to be here in the WWE. They didn't go to their father to get him a job.
Oh, this is how you tell a story right here. Who's the guy in the chat room?
Let's talk about it. Your first year, you had help.
Right, I don't know.
Help with the stroke of Triple H, the cunning of Ric Flair, the muscle of Batista, just to make sure you didn't fail.
Right, all these guys in the chat I've just met tonight, so I just know them by their usernames.
You or any other performer in this industry has dreamt of accomplishing. I'm a 13-time WWE champion. I've won the Royal Rumble twice. I have main evented WrestleMania. I've performed in 15 WrestleManias, not to mention main eventing every other pay-per-view under the sun. Nobody has ever had to help me get where I am.
Evolution, you remember that team of yours? How about the Legacy? No? You forgot about that one? Here's the one that everyone seemed to have forgotten. Rated RKO, you and Edge? Forget about that one? Oh, here's a good one. The Wyatt family. Sounds like to me you had a lot of babysitters.
Ooh.
Don't get me wrong, Randy, you're exactly who you say you are. You are a viper. You use everyone around you, and when you're done with them, you toss them to the curb. That's why I got the jump on you at WWE Fastlane, because I'm not going to be your next victim.
You don't have a choice. You don't get to choose. As long as you want to rent a room out in my house, See, I'm the landlord, and rent's due, you son of a bitch.
Oh, yeah.
And you can make that check out to the most destructive 3 letters in sports entertainment. R-K-O.
You want your rent, Randy? Well, come and take it.
I thought he'd get a bigger pop. He's pointing at the WrestleMania sign. Yeah, this is a damn good promo these two are cutting on one another right now. As AJ said, come and get it, he was pointing to the WrestleMania sign, so. And Randy Orton just kind of staring AJ down here from a slight distance, but Randy's going to go ahead and exit the ring now.
The challenge has been issued by AJ Styles. Will the Viper accept a
All right.
battle at WrestleMania?
So AJ's pretty much challenging Randy Orton to a match at WrestleMania. And after that promo, I'm a little more excited about this one. I can't wait to hear this feud going forward. That was a great way to start this little WrestleMania build-up for this match. That was awesome. Orton and Styles shaping up excellent, Oddball. You're right. Can't wait for it. It's going to be awesome. Oh, Raya, I think I know what you're talking about. You're watching on Twitch, and I'm broadcasting on 3 different platforms right now, and the live chat on the actual live stream is from the 3 different platforms. So that's why. For some reason, I thought maybe you were on Periscope. You know, I can't as I look on the actual stream here, the chat, like all these, you know, the chat right here that you can see. Yeah, that promo was one of the best I've heard in a while, too. That was an awesome promo. That got me I'm ready for that match, like, if it happens tonight. The chat right here, Ryo, that's from the chat combined from three different platforms. So I think you're the only one that was chatting on Twitch at the moment. So that's why you're seeing these all pop up and probably not seeing them on Twitch. I think Oddball is from YouTube. P-Scope's from Periscope, I believe. So I don't really know for sure where everybody's actually from. I'm assuming P-Scope's from Periscope just because of his name. All right, we get Asuka now. Did they say there's a match coming up here? The rumor is that Lacey Evans is going to challenge Asuka for the SmackDown Women's title. We saw Lacey Evans, I believe. We saw her at Fastlane, and we saw her last night, too. She came out, did her little shtick, walked out. Last night, she looked at Corey Graves and told Corey Graves something. Probably said this pussy's better than Carmella's or something like that. I don't know. No telling what she told Corey. A one-on-one with Sonya Deville coming up next. Asuka and Sonya. Did anybody see EC3 try to, I guess, pick up Mandy Rose in the pre-show at Fastlane? Failing miserably because Sonya Deville's a cock block. Sonya Deville just wants Mandy Rose for herself. While it is a commercial, anybody hanging out here, feel free to subscribe to us. Ryo did, and you saw his name pop up a little bit earlier, so your name will pop up right here where Bob Marley's at. Subscribe to us on, what do we got? YouTube. Follow us on Twitch. Follow us also on Periscope. Also, we have a Twitter and a Facebook account, too, so go like us, The Average Marks on Facebook and The Average Marks on Twitter. And if you're feeling generous, there's a donation link right there. Streamlabs.com/averagemarks. It's not mandatory, but it would be greatly appreciated. So, but we're very appreciative of you guys just hanging out and chatting with us at the end of the day. So, as we live stream SmackDown, this will be our last live reaction stream until. Let me look at the calendar here real quick if I can pull it up. Our next live stream will actually be on April Fool's Day, so that'll be interesting. Oddball, any indication on Undertaker from Mania? I've heard nothing yet. They're cutting it fine to set anything up. There's been no, last I heard, The Undertaker will not have a match, but he may show up and make an appearance. Now, Kurt Angle needs an opponent for his final match. Kurt Angle announced last night that his basically farewell match will take place at WrestleMania. Could it be against The Undertaker? Some folks were, calling for John Cena to be his final opponent, but then there's rumors that John Cena will face Samoa Joe for the U.S. title, so don't know where Cena will play a role in this year's WrestleMania yet. I talked about last night. I could see Kurt going down to The Undertaker. He fought last night in Pittsburgh for the last time and beat Apollo Crews in a, nice little feel-good match. And, some of the all-time greats have gone out losing at WrestleMania. Stone Cold Steve Austin, Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels, just those three guys right there, their final match. And then I guess, Shawn came back and wrestled at Crown Jewel, but I don't want to count that one. And, so, there's nothing wrong with people, and I think Batista's going to go out and lose to Triple H. So, Kurt Angle goes out, loses to Undertaker in his final match at WrestleMania. That's, nothing to be ashamed of, in my opinion. So we'll see. I don't know who he's going to face. I don't know if Undertaker will have a match. As of right now, I'm going to go ahead and say Undertaker will not have a match. I don't think Kurt Angle's going to face anybody, obviously, big time. But he'll face a decent opponent, I think, at WrestleMania. They'll find somebody for Kurt to go on with, and he'll wrestle. He'll wrestle a 5-10-minute match. Taker versus Angle would be a good last match for Angle. I'd rather that than a Cena return. I think you're going to get a Cena return one way or the other. There we go. Miz versus Shane McMahon at WrestleMania. That's made official. Cena's going to return. I think he's going to return and face Samoa Joe for the U.S. title. That's the word on the street right now. All right, they're showing some of the Mania match card. They just showed Miz versus Shane McMahon. Now you got Brock versus Seth Rollins. I think Rollins will win that match. I'm fairly confident Rollins will win that match. What else they're going to show? No holds barred. Triple H versus Batista. That'll be a fun match to watch. I have a feeling that's going to be a fight. All right, Asuka's going to go one-on-one with Sonya Deville here. Okay, Mandy Rose is coming out with, Mandy Rose, my goodness. Tell you what, though, in that pre-show little segment they did when EC3 came through, Sonya was looking hot. Sonya's a hottie. Don't let her look fool you. And the fact that she likes girls. But she kind of unintentionally screwed Mandy Rose out of the SmackDown Women's title on Sunday. Sonya Deville's a cool little entrance when she gets into the ring, though. So Sonya Deville and Asuka going one-on-one. All right, here we go. Let's see. I'd love it if Angle's last match in Mania, Angle's brother interfered from under the ring again for good memories. In other news, OBJ going to Cleveland. Yeah, Mikey O, we were talking about that earlier in the chat, man. OBJ on his way to the Browns. He's going to team up with Jarvis. Of course, they were a dynamic duo at LSU, which, of course, you can see the LSU flag there behind me. Big LSU fan here. Yeah, OBJ and Jarvis Landry back together again in Cleveland. That'll give a couple of good guys for Baker Mayfield to throw the ball to. So, Cleveland might. Hey, I'm just saying Cleveland may make the playoffs. Next year. Baker Mayfield has a year under his belt. They were 7-9 last year. They went 7-9, huh? You improved 2 games. You got a shot to make the playoffs. Browns could be legit next year. I ain't saying they're going to win the Super Bowl, but They can sneak into the playoffs, I think. It depends on how good the other teams are, I guess, too. So. All right. Sonya Deville. Ooh, a spear. She's going to pin Asuka here. It's a near fall. Nice little spear from Sonya Deville. No excuse for Baker to not be productive. Yeah, you're right. In my opinion, you're right. You have a year under your belt. Hopefully he doesn't have a sophomore slump, but now you got a fucking target like OBJ. What do you think them Tigers look like next year? It's going to be interesting. I like the fact that we got Joe Burrow back. Now we have a legit quarterback, coming back for the first time in a long time. I would have loved if Devin White would have came back. If Devin White would have came back, if Devin White had come back, I would have definitely said LSU was going to give Alabama a run for their money. Tigers, I don't see them getting better this year, but I don't see them getting worse either. I think they'll probably win 10 games again this year if I had to guess. As of right now, it depends. They're just in spring ball. Burrow is milk. Is he trying to say milk toast? So boring. Joe Burrow. Hey, look. Go. You want to say boring? Go watch Joe Burrow in the Fiesta Bowl. Joe Burrow lit it up. He got lit up early in that game, and that dude shook back and threw for like over 300 yards against it. Granted, it was UCF. I know, but he lit him up. So, Joe Burrow's the man. Joe Burrow is the man. He ain't flashy, but he gets it done. Meanwhile, Sonya Deville taps out to Asuka. So Asuka makes quick work of Sonya Deville. But back to the Tigers. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they're going to get better this year. They'll be good. They'll win 10 games again this year, I think, though. I think there's a better chance of them winning less games than more games, though, unfortunately. That's just me. But that's my opinion right now. It's only March. So I think regular season they could go 9-3. That game against Texas is going to be interesting week 2. I'm trying to go to Austin to watch that game at Texas. Because Texas is supposed to be pretty solid next year, too. Somebody just hollered, "Hit her, Sonya." That A&M LSU game last year was just fucking wild. I remember sitting on my couch and I was like, just please end this fucking game already. And it was so terrible that Coach O got the Gatorade dunk and they still lost. I was like, we can't lose this game. By like the 5th or 6th overtime, I was like, just somebody in this game. I don't care who it is at this point. Oh, the Iconics.
How not iconic? Boston Hug Connection. You've been dodging us for weeks. And it's Tuesday. We're on Smackdown Live. But still no sign of Sasha and Bailey. We even showed up at Fastlane to see your first title defense. And props to you guys because you defeated Nia and Tamina. Congratulations! Sasha and Bailey, you can't run from us forever. And if you're looking for
what if LSU wins? I don't know. I don't even know if I'm going yet. We'll see.
And the future is iconic.
All right, here comes the man, Becky Lynch. It's Mikey O. It's too late. The soda's already done, and I got one more waiting for me. So, sorry. Yeah, Becky Lynch heading to WrestleMania. She still got the crutch, but apparently she was working a live show without that crutch. Oh, she's throwing it now. Becky Lynch just threw the crutch off the side of the stage, but she still got a limp. The other end of that Bluegrass Miracle this time. Yeah, I know. And I thought of that, too. I was like, yeah, I remember the only other time I've ever really seen that was for the Bluegrass Miracle. The coach gets the Gatorade dunk and then loses the game. So, and you know, it's crazy. Coach O had to sit with that Gatorade dunk on him for 7 whole overtimes. So, that game, and you know what? I'm so glad that that game didn't cause LSU to be out of the BCS. Because I think LSU, there was at one point LSU should have won that game, like in regulation, I believe. I can't even remember what happened in that game, honestly. Did A&M score with, like, the last play of regulation to tie it back up? I don't know. There was so much that happened that game. Same thing with the Fiesta Bowl, too. That Fiesta Bowl, I'm telling you, I remember when it got to halftime, I felt like I watched 2 full football games. It felt so long. at Fiesta Bowl. I tell you what, I'm already ready for college football season, but what I am ready for is March Madness. So if anybody wants to, I'll be live streaming on my personal accounts for March Madness for the first round next Thursday and Friday, pretty much all day, I think. So, yeah, I remember they did have a bad call from the ref at some point. But like I said, there was so much that happened in that game, I can't even remember what, half the shit that happened. I just remember A&M won 74-72 at this point. And I remember on one of the overtimes, they threw up a crazy pass, and the dude somehow came down with it, and just it was a wild game. Yeah, McNeese, they started practicing today, the Pokes. Maybe if I'm around for their spring game, I might go check them out. They got a new head coach, Sterling Gilbert from South Florida. This wrestling stream turned into a sports talk. I guess we could talk sports during the commercials. There's so many fucking commercials during Raw and SmackDown. We could talk plenty of sports during commercials. But yeah, McNeese started practice today. I think LSU started spring practice a couple of days ago, earlier this week. I think I forgot when. That one wide receiver was killing us. For who? A&M. I know which one you're talking about. I don't remember his name, or if I'd see him, I would know. I mean, you go back and watch the game, you know who it is. But I couldn't remember the guy's name, or he might have been number 13. Then I might be also getting him confused with that one that wore 13 at A&M when Manziel was there. What was his name? Mike Evans, I think was the old receiver that wore number 13. This new guy, maybe he was 13. I don't remember. But he was kind of like Mike Evans. I remember he was like, his stature and just his body type was very similar to a Mike Evans. But yeah, he was killing us. He was killing me. That game was not good for my blood pressure. And this whole Will Wade thing is not good for my blood pressure either. Because LSU has a shot to do something serious in the NCAA tournament in basketball. And this whole Will Wade thing, I'm afraid, is going to distract them. SEC tournament starts tomorrow. Dale Pitt will wear number 7 this year. Yeah, and I like that. Dale Pitt, now that, to me, he's the best player on our defense right now. He's going to be the best player on our defense. He's going to be like the Honey Badger. Yeah, you did tell me about Wade. You told me about Will Wade, but like the guy at Arizona, well, I don't know what fucking his name is. The head coach at Arizona apparently wasn't he under investigation for the same shit, and he's still coaching over there? That news just ruined this B-ball revival. Yeah, I don't think it may have ruined it long term. Hopefully, it doesn't ruin it for this year. Even if somehow they got to go back and vacate it, if LSU goes to the Final Four and we get to still witness it, I'm fucking cool with that. I don't care. I don't care if LSU goes and wins the national title and they strip it. We still would win the fucking title. Like, Giles put that 7 on a milk carton. Yes, you're right. I agree with P-Scope on that. Giles, man, and you know what sucks? Dude, I was so, like, hype about Jonathan Giles when he transferred from Texas Tech, and he hadn't done shit. He hasn't done a damn thing. Wasn't he wearing 7 at first, and then, like, he just switched it to 12? He was like, I'm not worthy of this number 7. Probably is what he said. All right, we're back now live to Smackdown. Becky Lynch still in the ring as her theme music is still playing. We can get back to more sports talk on the next commercial break. Right now, we're going to listen into what Becky Lynch. Well, they're showing a video package now. Showing the video package of what happened Sunday night. Yeah, that dude did nothing all season long, man. It sucked because, man, But you know what? We had a couple of guys that stepped up. Jamar Chase. Dillon was his name. Was it Dillon? Derek Dillon, I think. Number 19. Jamar Chase. And who was the other one that stepped up? Oh, Jefferson. Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson's going to be is going to be fucking amazing this year, I think. Justin Jefferson's going to be our go-to receiver this year. Him and Jamar Chase, man. Those two guys are going to be excellent. Hopefully Giles can, great at waving and catching punts. Yeah, that's about it. That's all he did. Yeah, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson. and Derek Dillon. Those are going to be the guys next year.
You think I give a damn about what any of you bandwagon bitches think?
Ooh, yeah, there's Ronda. That was Ronda from last night on Raw.
She's your hero. She's the hero you deserve. She's a coward, just like all of you. Every single one of you booing me, you would cower in front of me if you couldn't hide in a crowd behind the safety of a barrier. But for Charlotte and Becky, there is no barrier. This may be your church, but there's no sanctuary for you here. I've come to desecrate your place of worship. I'm going to
That's Ronda from last night.
both Charlotte and Becky on the grandest stage of them all. And I'm walking out of WrestleMania still Raw Women's Champion.
We're halfway through the stream tonight, 8 o'clock now. So as we get ready for the second hour of SmackDown Live, I think they mean. Oh, there we go. They were meaning to show the WrestleMania graphic. So Becky Lynch versus Ronda versus Charlotte. Man, whoever's doing their graphics or trying to transition between them, they're screwing up right now. All right, now we're back to Becky Lynch in the ring. See what the man.
Man, it feels good to walk down that ramp on my own 2 feet for a change. Everybody else got brave when I got injured and then suspended. But then unsuspended, then suspended again, and then arrested, and then out of the biggest match of my career. But the man is back.
Yes, indeed.
Back on my own 2 feet. I'm back in the main event of WrestleMania. Let's not forget, this is the match that I set in motion. I was the one who picked Ronda Rousey, and then of course Charlotte Flair got shoehorned in there by Vince McMahon. But I had
Icebergish, welcome to the chat and the stream, man.
twice.
Glad to have you around.
By winning the Royal Rumble, and the other
But I agree
way
with what you
back
said.
in was by playing Ronda Rousey like a fiddle.
Yeah, I still think it should be Ronda versus Becky one-on-one would still
Lads,
work.
lads, do you know how hard it is to play mind games on a woman with no brain? But I did it. I got Ronnie so wound up she did my bidding for me. Thanks for that, Ronda, you little weirdo. I'll repay you at WrestleMania by taking your title and ripping your arm off.
Or at least make it Charlotte forcing her way into the main event, not the Rumble winner, yeah.
To beat me more, whether it's the Golden Girl Charlotte Flair or whether it's Ronda Rousey. At WrestleMania, I am reclaiming everything they have tried to take from me to give to someone else. Speaking of someone else.
All right, here comes Charlotte Flair. Speaking of someone else, here comes Charlotte Flair and the new cans, baby. She ain't really showing them off that well tonight. Kind of disappointed. Oh, she showed them off a little bit.
On the planet.
First off, congratulations. You finally made it in my main event. Yes, the Golden Girls main event. While you were off getting suspended, arrested, doing everything you could to stay out of that ring, I've been putting in all the work. My resume speaks for itself.
It does.
Let me tell you something, sweetheart. It is one thing to be hot for 6 months, but I've been hot for 4 years. That's why I was chosen. I was chosen to get the job done. You want to know why the WWE Universe supports you? Because all of them feel sorry for you. Like I felt sorry for you. Like Ronda Rousey felt sorry for you this Sunday. And no matter how hard you try to spin it, you got a handout. Never in my life have I seen someone do so little, but take credit for so much. Look at me, Becky. That's why I'm gonna have to make you and Ronda Rousey relevant again when you bow down to the Queen. Miss WrestleMania.
Shut your face, you dope, you plastic face dope. You've had this division by the throat for 4 years. You did nothing with it. I came along and now we're the main event of WrestleMania.
She's got a point.
So
Although I think it's because of Ronda, but
we never did. What we need is the man.
Believes WrestleMania needs her, but can Charlotte Flair, can Ronda Rousey handle the threat of the man?
Flair and Lynch are indeed on their road to WrestleMania. We learned earlier tonight that Mr. McMahon
well, there you go. A couple of words exchanged between Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. Nothing, nothing surprising.
Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. Oh, excuse me, Daniel, what were you just doing inside Mr. McMahon's office?
We were having a discussion.
What was it regarding?
It was a private discussion, Kayla.
But wait, was it by any chance about Kofi Kingston?
You know what? As a matter of fact, it was. As WWE Champion and the Planet's Champion and the victor of the WWE title match at Fastlane, which got turned into a triple threat against both Mustafa Ali and Kevin Owens, I thought Mr. McMahon deserved to hear my honest feedback about Kofi Kingston before his announcement later tonight.
And what was his reaction?
Mr. McMahon put me and Rowan in a match tonight against Mustafa Ali and Kevin Owens.
All right, there you have it.
Big time tag team action still.
Tag team match: Rowan and Daniel Bryan versus Mustafa Ali and Kevin Owens. Now we can get Rey Mysterio. Some Rey Mysterio action here. Maybe we'll get him and Andrade one-on-one at Mania. I would love to see an Andrade versus Rey hair versus mask match at WrestleMania. That would be awesome. Oh, the tag team match here. Wonder who's going to be his tag partner. Probably R-Truth. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Figured that was going to be it. You take the four from the Fatal 4-Way match. You take the two faces, two heels, and tag them up. And you go have a tag match. There you go. So that's what's coming up next. You have Rey and R-Truth taking on Andrade and Samoa Joe.
We are going to have so much fun. It's going down. It starts with an all-new Ms. and Mrs., followed by the premiere of Growing Up Chrisley, April 2nd.
Growing Up Chrisley. That daughter, she can still get it, though. I feel like the Average Mark's Twitch stream here. I don't know if it's having some issues because I'm monitoring it and it cuts off every so often. There's like the video or the network disconnected or some bullshit like that. So I don't know. We'll have to look on that, Mikey-O. Look, Steve Carell doing commercials now, huh?
Is the laughter of small child okay? Pepsi's more than okay. It's
I need to get a chair from where I'm sitting here.
Okay, what have we learned today?
You want a Pepsi?
I want a Pepsi.
There you go. Oh, I gotta come up with my own.
All right.
Fried and crispy bacon.
I'm going to definitely have to implement a chair of some sort into this broadcast, at least where I'm doing it at. Just sitting the way I'm sitting on this bed, it's stretching out these hammies. I tell you what, my hammy should be nice and stretched out at this point. Take this time to thank everybody watching us, getting in the chat. Peacecope39, Icebergish, the two most recent ones in here. I know that's Ryu Asuke, whatever his name was. He subscribed to us, followed us on Periscope, I believe, or actually it might have been on Twitch. So we thank him for the follow. Anybody watching, feel free to follow us on Periscope, follow us on Twitch, subscribe to us on YouTube. Also follow us on Twitter, and like us on Facebook at The Average Marks. Our next podcast will be, I think, Saturday, I believe. Maybe. Probably Saturday. Well, I don't know. I'll talk to you about that tomorrow, Mikey-O. See when we do that. You got Selection Sunday on Sunday. One of my favorite Sundays of the year. Them progressive commercials or something else.
Black Forest gummies in many ways. Sometimes we say other times we even say
So juicy, Black Forest gummies, so juicy,
Introducing the $6 King Pops. Choose from the flame-grilled Whopper, spicy crispy chicken fries, a drink, and 2 cookies for just $6. The $6 King Pops. Now also with the big fish. Only at Burger King.
All right, maybe we get back to Smackdown here. Or nah. More commercials. Yoo-hoo.
save an average of $668.
It is the United States Championship Open Challenge, and it is a fatal four-way match. Who defends the United States title? There's a 75% chance we're going to have a new United States champion tonight. Frog Splash connects. Samoa Joe at a senton. Driving a trolley into the canvas.
Yeah, third night in a row, we're doing live reaction streams here on The Average Marks. We did a Fastlane live stream, live reaction stream on Sunday, a Raw live reaction last night, and tonight's SmackDown. And we will be back live reacting to the live reaction streams on April the 1st. So this will be the final one for the month of March. Zelina Vega and Carmella, those two could just, if they would ever bring the Braun Panties match back, that's Zelina and Carmella. Got to be the match. Maybe throw Alexa Bliss in there. Comes Samoa Joe now, the United States champ. And R-Truth legitimately thinks he's still the champ. Keeps saying, like, Samoa, you need to give me back my belt. Totally forgot he lost it. I'm going to stretch out the other leg here now. I apologize if I'm moving back and forth. Somebody got a sign talking about that Scott Steiner math, I think, in the crowd. Turn this just a little bit there. Even my frame out. There we go. All right, we're going to start with Andrade and R-Truth here. A little hip toss from R-Truth to Andrade. Now he does the splits. R-Truth in control, tagging Rey Mysterio. Little double team action from Rey Mysterio and R-Truth here into the Hurricane Rana. Rey Mysterio, that's like his go-to move now, that Hurricane Rana. And another Hurricane Rana set him up for the 619, but Joe will tag himself in. Rey didn't see it. And Samoa Joe just pick up Rey and just throw him down the mat. A couple of jabs here from Samoa Joe now. As we go to another fucking commercial. I think. Or it sounded like they were going to go to commercial. Guess they're not. Oh, yeah, they're with the cut screen, so I can still tell you what's going on. Rey's on the outside. Zelina's kind of shit-talking to him. Samoa Joe will go to the outside now. A little headbutt to Rey. They're around the announcers area now. The announcer's getting out of harm's way, but Samoa Joe will throw him back into the ring. And a body slam from Joe to Mysterio. And he'll drop the elbow on Mysterio as well. Turn down that commercial there a little bit. No free commercials. All right, now here comes Andrade. He's in the ring now with Rey Mysterio. And like almost like somewhat of a sliding kick. He'll go for the cover. Gets a near fall. Now Samoa Joe's back in. Rey Mysterio just taking a beating right now. Got to try and get the tag to R-Truth, but Samoa Joe is well in control. A lot of folks think Samoa Joe's going to defend that belt against John Cena. I wonder when we're going to see John Cena back. Wonder if we're going to see John Cena back. I mean, it's only a rumor that Samoa Joe's going to fight John Cena. Nothing's made official. As they're back. Bit of a crossface now that Samoa Joe has on Rey Mysterio. And R-Truth comes in to break it up. Illegally, I should add, but he's helping out his teammate. Andrade's back in. I was like, ooh, man. Yeah, yawning. It's getting to me.
Subject to change according to the McMahon family. Carmella even had a petition going around for Truth to get that championship match. Not a lot of signatures.
Here we go, three amigos now. Andrade hits one. Hits another one. See if he can. God, they keep showing Zelina, and my goodness gracious.
This has become so personal. Deeply personal. Wait a minute. Beautiful maneuver.
It's like a little bit of a Canadian destroyer there. Upcoming live events. Let's see where they're going to be. Dubuque, Iowa. Peoria, Illinois this Sunday. Chicago on Monday. We're all going to be in Chicago. That'll be fun. Indianapolis, Indiana. Smackdown on Tuesday, so a couple of big crowds. Zelina was trying to get involved, but Carmella will pull her out. R-Truth now in. Oh, now he's doing the 5 moves of doom. Is still his hero. Corey throwing shade to Rey's costume. Little 5-knuckle shuffle there from R-Truth. He's going to do the attitude adjustment. Joe tags himself in. A little kick now to Samoa Joe from R-Truth. Ooh, and a kick to R-Truth from Samoa Joe. But here comes Ray. The drop kick. Uh-oh, here we go. Setting him up for the 619 here. But no, Andrade. Oh, now Andrade's going to get it too. 619 to both Joe and Andrade. Joe's the frog splash to Andrade. And then Samoa Joe hits Ray with the senton, of course. Samoa Joe was the legal man. I don't know why Ray went to cover Andrade. And Rey Mysterio just pinned Samoa Joe. Kind of had like a little reversal, rolled him up. You know, I don't even know what they call that. But Ray got the pinfall over Samoa Joe. So, Joe versus Ray maybe at, you know, maybe they do Joe versus Ray for the U.S. title, and they'll have John Cena come back to fight Angle. Maybe that's could be another route. And now Samoa Joe's not happy. Uranagi to R-Truth. And now Uranagi to Andrade. He's pissed. I'm waiting for him to call out AJ's wife, Wendy. He's that mad right now, I think. All right. Kofi Kingston will get a WrestleMania opportunity tonight, apparently. So Vince McMahon, I guess, is going to come out tonight. That might be the end of the show later on. This is about, we got a little less than 40 minutes left of the show, which means we probably still have about 3 commercial breaks. We did.
Hosting WrestleMania is an amazing honor that only a very lucky few will ever achieve. So allow me to present to you this year's host of WrestleMania. It's me!
Do you guys believe it?
Sean Flagstaff, you back, man? What's going on? Hey, yo. Guess you're channeling your inner Razor Ramon there. Hey, yo. Sean, glad you could join us tonight, my man. Showing the moment last night, a moment of bliss, where Alexa Bliss announced she was the host of Raw. She's definitely the hottest host of WrestleMania of all time. I'll give her that.
The biggest event of the year, the grandest stage of them all. How apropos. Is it WrestleMania yet? That smile of yours is working overtime right now. She's in a great mood, Saxton.
All right, we're getting some KO action now. It's going to be KO and Mustafa Ali versus Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan. There we go. Frame it up there. And we go to another commercial. Go figure, right? That's one. I said there'd be 3 left a couple of minutes ago, so that's one. Sure, we'll have one during the match. I greet most people with a hey yo, but they never know I'm referencing something. Well, I knew what you were referencing. Every time I hear somebody say hey yo, I always think of Scott Hall, Razor Ramon. That's the only hey yo I know. Well, an interesting night so far of Smackdown. Shane basically challenging or saying the Miz, he was going to fight The Miz at WrestleMania, give him another best-in-the-world beatdown. Also, AJ Styles challenged Randy Orton. And if anybody did not see the AJ Styles, Randy Orton promo that they cut on each other, when that video comes up on YouTube, if it hasn't yet, I would go watch it. That was That was good stuff. I think P-Scope was in here or somebody was in here. Might have been Oddball was in here and was talking about how great that promo was. The Randy Orton, AJ Styles promo was awesome. It was good. I'm excited about that match. Becky Lynch and Charlotte came out, had a few words. We're going to see what Kofi Kingston's WrestleMania opportunity is going to be about, I guess, later on tonight. And we got this tag team match coming up here. Ray just pinned Samoa Joe, and which, got me thinking that maybe. Yeah, Sean, did you see that promo? It was awesome. That got me fired up for that match now. I'm curious to see what they do the next 3 weeks with these two guys. You almost don't even need to do anything now after that. I'm just like, fuck it, let them fight tomorrow.
So I'm searching for my show. And the dish guy just appears.
Just let them two fight tomorrow for all we care.
He said the sound of scrolling channels to death. Said with Dish, you just say what you want, and it's on.
Yeah, too many commercials. This is it's absurd. The amount of commercials. Oh man. 3 nights in a row of live streaming like this. Tell you what, it especially with no co-host. It's just me here running it with you guys. If I had a co-host, preferably a female co-host with some big titties. Boy, that would be, man. I'd stream every goddamn night. I'd stream live react to NXT. I'd fucking rerun 205 Live. Boy, just give me a big titty girl right here next to me. My goodness gracious. We'd be cooking with gasoline, as we say. I guarantee the views would go up, too. She got to show a little cleavage, though. Kroger. I haven't seen a Kroger commercial in a while. I don't know if I've ever seen a Kroger commercial on TV. Might have been the first time I've seen it. That's where I do some of my shopping at. That or Market Basket. All right, we're back on SmackDown now. Kevin Owens sitting on the turnbuckle as he awaits his partner, Mustafa Ali, who has a great theme song, by the way. And some great entrance attire, too. I've been on that Mustafa Ali train for anybody who's been listening to our podcast. Been on that Mustafa Ali train for a long time. Mikey O can back me up on that. He's good, but I'm afraid they put him in just a shitty spot on Sunday. Everyone wanted Kofi, and he comes out and he just gets booed out of the building just because he's not Kofi Kingston. Like, I can't believe they did that to him. They screwed Mustafa Ali almost as bad as they screwed Kofi Kingston. Rowan doesn't even get his own entrance anymore, I guess. That's how you know when you ain't shit. He's like Tamina. Tamina just never... She got her own little entrance for a split second on Sunday, and then Nia Jax's music hits, and then they use Nia Jax's music the rest of the way down to the ring, so... This might be the last match of the night. We still have the, I guess Mr. McMahon's going to announce what WrestleMania opportunity Kofi Kingston's going to have. Boy, if Eric Rowan and Mustafa Ali get in the ring here, boy, what a size difference. All right, we're going to start here with Daniel Bryan and Kevin Owens. And wasn't Kevin Owens on Raw before he got hurt? Goes back to that conversation we had earlier about they just do random shit with creatively in WWE. Like Owens was on Raw, if I remember right, and then they just returns on SmackDown. I don't get it. Meanwhile, Owens a little hot start here. on Daniel Bryan. And now Rowan will tag in. And now I think the dynamic will change just a little bit. He'll have the opportunity to special guest ref the WWE title match. You talking about Kofi there, Sean? Well, that'd be a slap in the face. Big time. Kofi, you're going to be the special guest referee at WrestleMania. Gold for them. Peace Scope, you back? Gold for them would be to put Kofi and Andre Battle Royal. Yeah. Man, they're not going to do that. The crowd would shit on that, I think. They just put Kofi in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, because that's probably going to be on the pre-show, if I had to guess. It was last year. Yeah, Sean, you talking about Kofi? That's what I figured. I think Kofi's going to get a WWE title shot some way, somehow. I don't know if it'll be one-on-one, and I don't even know if he'll win, because I think Becky's going to win, and I think Seth's going to win. That's going to be two huge wins. Winner faces DB. Have Kofi do all the stuff he did in past Rumbles and have him win. Oh, okay, so you're saying the winner of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal would have a shot against Daniel Bryan. Okay, they're calling it a WrestleMania opportunity. That's too perfectly worded. No, have him win. Winner faces D. Bryan. Gotcha. I see what you're saying, P-Scope. Yeah, Sean, calling it a WrestleMania opportunity is too perfectly worded. I don't know. I guess we'll see here in a few. You do all the Royal Rumble spots in the Battle Royal. Yeah, exactly. You're right. He is Mr. Royal Rumble. Mr. Royal Rumble is Kofi Kingston. Oh, nice little suplex from Daniel Bryan and Mustafa. Oh, what is it? Daniel Bryan comes up with the craziest submissions. They just randomly go to another commercial in the middle of the submission move. I didn't even have time to hear what it was. Huh. Boy, I've had $1 for every commercial. WWE should donate to our Streamlabs every time they fucking play a commercial. Well, while it's a commercial, we thank everybody, of course, for hanging out. Sean Flagstaff, P-Scope 39. Icebergish was in here as well. Oddball was in here. Mikey O came hang out for a little bit. If anybody has not subscribed or followed any of our platforms that you're watching on right now, go ahead and do so. Your name will actually pop up right here. So if you want to see your name on the screen, go ahead and do that. It worked earlier for Ryo. Some guy named Ryo Asuke, I think was how you say his name. He was here earlier. And he followed us on Periscope, I believe, and it was on Twitch. He followed us, and his name popped up right here. Maybe it might not work for Periscope. I don't know. I don't know if it works for Periscope. It might only work for Twitch and YouTube, now that I think about it. So P-Scope, it may not work for you if you try it, or it may not show up. But shout out to P-Scope 39 for hanging out with us here in the chat. Golden Corral Butterfly Shrimp. I guess they got not doing that Wing Fest thing anymore. I don't see those commercials no more. I wanted to go check that out. People were giving me shit because I wanted to go eat wings at Golden Corral. I was like, leave me the fuck alone. Go eat wings wherever I goddamn want. I don't mind Golden Corral. Had a Golden Corral in my hometown growing up, and probably when I was about 8 or 9, it closed down. And they opened up a local sports bar, which is still there. It's actually a great sports bar. But, you know, growing up as a kid, we had a Golden Corral. And I remember going there, and it was fun. I loved it. Yeah, these commercials are too much. I got to knock it off. Got a new subscriber on our YouTube. according to my notifications. 22 hours ago, actually, I guess last night. Shout out to Acer5000 for subscribing to us on YouTube. Yeah, Sean, it is a buffet. It is it's definitely a buffet. Sean, where are you up? Where are you up at? You said up here, so I'm curious to know where you're at. Where you reside these days, or where you from? But yeah, it is a buffet. It's a good buffet. Nothing fancy, but it's a buffet. I will never say no to a buffet. You got options, and it's unlimited, so. It's up there with a Ryan. Have you ever heard of Ryan's? There's a chain restaurant called Ryan's. We actually have one here in Lake Charles, Massachusetts. All right, you way up there, man. Massachusetts. You a Patriots fan? Or even a sports fan? Apparently you're a wrestling fan. The Patriots just won a Super Bowl again. I bet that doesn't get old either. Just continually winning Super Bowls. All right, I think we're back now. As they show the Ohio Find It Here little image. Well, Rowan's in control of Mustafa Ali. And Rowan will tag Bryan in now. As Kevin Owens, he wants a tag right now. Mustafa Ali's getting hammered by Rowan and Bryan.
Rowan's the only one who didn't actively compete at Fastlane. A frightening part of town here. Bryan with Ali. Oh, wait a minute from the top.
No, I bet it doesn't get old at all. I bet it doesn't. You a fan of Barstool Sports? I know the founder is a big Pats fan. I think he's from Boston, I guess. I know he's a big Pats fan, though. Dave Portnoy. I know they're based out of New York City. Ooh. Well, Daniel Bryan had the LeBell Lock, and Mustafa Ali is able to barely get like a toe on the rope here to break it up. So I have a feeling this will be the final match of SmackDown, and then afterwards we'll have the segment with Vince McMahon and Kofi Kingston, where I guess Vince is going to tell him what WrestleMania opportunity he has. Ryan Bowman. Shane McMahon is the most impotent character in wrestling today. I hadn't seen heel Shane in a long time. Ryan Bowman, the head guy, the gorilla position, man. Thanks for coming hanging out with us. Yeah, I don't love them, but Portnoy's funny sometimes. Yeah, I don't mind Portnoy. I was very intrigued by all their shenanigans at the Super Bowl, trying to sneak in and all this stuff, and Portnoy getting kicked out. I thought that was great. But they have some good content from time to time. I listen to him on Sirius radio sometimes, too. I listen to Howard Stern first, but he's only on Monday through Friday, or Monday through Wednesday. Heel Shane, terrible promo. Yeah, it wasn't that great, Ryan. I agree. It's just that, to me, that whole storyline does nothing for me, in my opinion. It just does. Miz and Shane does nothing for me at all. And Shane as a heel, I don't even know how I feel about that. Now, Ryan, I don't know if you've seen the AJ and Randy promo, but that was a promo. That was amazing. I loved every minute of that one. Everybody else should take notes from what AJ and Randy Orton did. Oh, he's going to palm Ali here. Rowan will and slam him down. That might be it. That's it. Rowan pins Ali. You think, I'm thinking Shane is setting up for an actual run as a wrestler. You know, you say that. He's wrestled a lot more often since, winning that World Cup, trophy. Like, since then, he's wrestled, I think, more than he probably has since he returned to the company a few years ago. I mean, maybe he will. I don't know. I mean, Shane's getting up there in age, obviously. I mean, how much longer can he go at a high level? He can still go at a decent level, but I don't know. We'll see. And he's kind of running the show now, so I don't know if he's going to, do wrestle all the time. And being from St. Louis, everything AJ said about Randy was right. Everything they both said, they were both kind of on point, him and, AJ and Randy. Yes, and look at his build. Yeah. Now, granted, I'll tell you what, Shane right now is probably a better wrestler than he ever was. Because I will still tell you right now, him and AJ at WrestleMania 33 had the best match at WrestleMania 33. And he's done a lot of training, I think he's done a lot of martial arts and stuff like that. So he's definitely, Shane's, as far as his wrestling ability, his in-ring ability, it's the best it's ever been. All right, here comes Vince. Got no chance in hell now, boys. Vinnie Mac coming out with his arms out. And Vinnie Mac. That's crazy how we've been getting Vince McMahon on SmackDown, but we never see him on Raw. He's actually getting a pop, too. Yeah, he's never wrestled like that before. Yeah, no, because I remember watching some matches back, in the 90s and early 2000s. Definitely, think about the Cup story, too. We shall see. Yeah. Yeah, and he proclaimed him, he got the ring announcer to call him the best in the world when he was being introduced earlier tonight. So we're going to go to another freaking commercial. But Vince just grabbed a microphone, so I don't know what the hell's about to happen. There's a nice little promo for Triple H and Batista here.
I want you at WrestleMania. How many times have you quit? And I'm supposed to hand you stuff? You want me at WrestleMania? You're on. We're gonna do this on my terms. It might be on your terms, but the match will be on mine. There will be no holds barred.
Triple H and Batista, no holds barred. I'm excited for that. That was a good little promo they cut last night, too, although I think they drug it on a little too long. Batista did at least. He kept saying, give me what I want, give me what I want. Like, you should have said, I want you at WrestleMania after, 2 or 3 times of saying, give me what I want. Like, I even kept probably saying it on the stream last night. Like, what do you want, Dave? What the hell do you want? I think we all knew, but we wanted to hear him say it. And the spit that came out of Batista's mouth. Jeez. I'll tell you what, I've never seen so much spit come out of a wrestler's mouth during a promo, I don't think. That was an all-timer last night. Well, this should be the final commercial break. But then again, I don't know. They could sneak one in at 8:55 for all I know. But this seems like it's going to be the last segment of the night.
Remember when we all used to go to the cafeteria and just chow down midday? You mean like lunch? Come on. Voted most likely to help people save $668 when they switch?
Yeah, Pisco, we're going to see, though, about Shane, though. I don't know. I just don't see why they would have him make a run as a wrestler. Like, I feel like that cup thing was just kind of like the initial planning of the story. Then Miz and Shane went up against each other, then they formed a tag team, they broke up, and now it's gonna culminate in Mania, and it's gonna get a win. I think it's gonna be a win for the Miz, and that's gonna propel him maybe into a WWE championship, into the WWE championship title picture, because now he's a face, and if Daniel Bryan retains at Mania, then you can have Daniel versus Miz, which that's a story in itself, obviously. Everybody knows the history between those two. But now you have Miz as the face and Daniel as the heel. So that could be a route they go. I'm thinking from their perspective, Vince had a title at one time. Yeah, Vince was the WWE champion for all but like a week back in '99. Vince was the WWE champ. Wasn't he the ECW champ at one time too? Shane may dethrone Kofi for the champ. I don't know. Now, Pisco, I don't know, man. I think that's a little far-fetched. Although with the way WWE books things, I don't know if it'd surprise me. But I don't know if they're going to get that crazy. I hope they don't. Don't get me wrong. I like Shane's in-ring ability now. Way better than he's had, but Shane likely desires to be the champ. Yeah, you're right. And I see what you're saying. At one time, Vince was the champ. Now, obviously, you can have Shane as the champ. So, yeah, I see where you're coming from, though. Shane has a shot to do it better and convincingly. Yeah, you have a – wouldn't that draw major heat? I think it would. Oh, absolutely, yeah, definitely. If you want to put Shane over as a heel, yeah, that's – yeah, I do see what you're saying, though, P-Scope. I definitely see what you're saying. So if Vince can win the belt when he was, 55, 60 years old, then Shane – of course, how old was McMahon in 49? In 99, I mean, not 49. That was 20 years ago. He's about 72 right now. So he's about 52 when he won the belt. So he was in his 50s. And Shane's, I think, almost there. So this would be about, in a few years, Shane would be about that same age. Maybe for Fox. Yeah, maybe for Fox. No telling what they're going to do when they go to Fox. I think Fox, sounds like Fox wants to change it up a little bit. They definitely want to get rid of the PG stuff. They want to get all the big stars. They want to have the more sports field type to it. So Fox, I'm very interested to see what Smackdown, the kind of changes they make. As we're showing here, the countdown, 26 days away from WrestleMania. Yeah, Shane's looking good in the ring these days, I find. That's just me. Except when he does coast to coast. He almost dies every time he does coast to coast. Like, he almost kills himself. Because, he lands on his back, and he's old, so older. Here's Vinnie Mac.
I'm here tonight to give Kofi Kingston what he wants. I'm here tonight to give Kofi Kingston an opportunity to compete at WrestleMania for the WWE Championship.
Are you sure about that?
Notwithstanding an opportunity, let's take you back at the moment and see something that might be contrary to what you might believe this opportunity would be, and that was last Sunday.
It would be a different dynamic, P-Scope. They love those family storylines. You're right, they do. And I think that's why they brought the whole family back to run Raw and SmackDown, too, as well.
So do the right thing and make this match for a WWE Championship a triple threat.
You don't think I know what I'm doing? The WWE Championship match? It's going to be a triple threat. You two, apart from ringside, Kobe, if I were you, I'd go, because that match is happening right now.
It's about to happen for Kofi Kingston. This is the moment Kofi Kingston has waited 11 years plus for. The following contest is a triple threat match for the WWE Championship. Introducing. Ladies and gentlemen, I've just been informed that the WWE Championship match will be taking place later tonight. The following is actually a handicap match.
What just happened? Is this some sort of joke?
Why?
I mean, how much more can you put this man through?
Kofi's getting the helping out of him. This isn't a match, this is a mugging.
Yeah, that was just a severe beatdown.
Rusev and Nakamura from behind.
This is becoming a sick joke at the expense of Kofi Kingston.
Kofi Kingston and people like you hear what you want to hear. You didn't hear what I said. I didn't say Kofi was going to be in the Triple Threat Championship match. I said I'd make one, and I did it. I gave Kofi the opportunity to compete, and what did he do? He failed.
Stacked the odds against him, bruh.
Reason, folks. When I say things, you better listen, because everything I do is what I call a teachable moment. Teachable moments are extremely important for each. Yes, it is.
All right, well, the New Day is just going to go ahead and interrupt Vinnie Mac here, so here we go.
Apparently, I don't know if this is a wise decision. Listen, I hate this.
And they're not dancing around or anything. They just walking with straight faces.
But I'm going to tell you what, if he doesn't make the right decision here, I don't think these three men, the New Day, can take it anymore.
Oh, you saw the footage for what happened at Fastlane, and hence the reason why New Day earlier tonight.
Would it be awesome if they just fucking attacked Vince? Oh my God, I'd mark out. If they just surrounded the ring like the Shield.
You played with Kofi's emotions. Enough's enough.
Yo, if I'm being honest, we're not in the mood for you to teach us a damn thing.
You watch your mouth. We're done watching what we say.
You see, we have jumped through every single hoop. We show up for every business appearance, every meet and greet, every signing. Hell, we flew halfway across the world to India for you.
We never buck the system. We never complain. We never threaten to leave if we don't get what we want. You still treat us like garbage.
And this man Kofi Kingston has been here for 11 years. 11 years grinding. This man deserves better. This man deserves more.
This man doesn't deserve a damn thing.
Oh, all right.
You don't deserve a damn thing, and you people sure don't deserve a damn thing. You don't deserve to breathe in and breathe out. I don't deserve anything. And I created Smackdown, I created Raw, I created WrestleMania. It's almost like I created heaven and earth. But I don't deserve anything either. No one deserves anything.
No. You see, this is bigger than just our opinion. This is bigger than the New Day. Hell, this is bigger than your damn ego.
Big E, man, not holding back any punches.
Now there is nothing justifiably bigger than my ego.
All right. So you said that nobody deserves anything.
We say that we deserve because we earn. Case in point, Kofi Kingston. He has defeated men who were WWE champion when they were WWE champion, but for some strange reason, he was never awarded his proper opportunity to compete for the WWE championship. And that's only one of the many reasons this man deserves a match for the WWE title.
You see, the WWE Universe has one demand. They demand that Kofi Kingston be given the opportunity to compete for the WWE Championship.
I wish he really did deserve this. Kofi, look, I've known you a long time. And I'm a pretty good judge of talent. Kofi, if you were worthy of being in a championship match, it would have happened a long time ago. I mean, you're impressive. Come on, some of the things you do, you're an extraordinary athlete. Some of the things you do in the Royal Rumble and as of late, you know, your performance at the Chamber and your performance, you know, in the Gauntlet match, awesome, incredible. You're an extraordinary representative of our product. Absolutely, I agree with you. Well, let's face it, Kofi. One day, you'll be in the Hall of Fame, but you won't be in the Hall of Fame. You're not going in by yourself. The only way you go and the only way you deserve to go is a part of New Day. And
so he's saying the New Day's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
And come on, let's face it, you're pretty smart, okay? At your age, you've got these two young bucks here around you, so you can take the glory and they do all the work. I mean, that's not to say I have anything against that, I don't. Kofi, you have a lot of qualities. Believe me, I wish you were up to par. You're just not championship material. As a matter of fact, no,
this is not to be a knock, and it's not. I was speaking to someone earlier today in the backstage area, Daniel Bryan, and I think Daniel really hit it right on the mark. He said, Vince, Kofi's awesome, but he's a good B+ player.
No need for y'all to get fired because of me. Hold on. Hold up. I got it. Mr. McMahon, I'm not asking for a free ride. I'm not asking for a handout. I'm not demanding a title match at WrestleMania for the WWE Championship title. Nah, man, look. 11 years ago, I was just a kid with a dream. And that dream has damn near come true. I provide a great life for my family. I get to travel the world doing what I love to do, entertaining the WWE Universe. I love it. My life is blessed. And I would like to think that at some point over this 11-year period that I've proven beyond the shadow of a doubt to you many times over that I am worthy. But you don't see it that way. I don't complain about anything around here, man. I don't complain about the fact that I show up here in this ring week in, week out and bust my ass. I bust my ass, Vince, while other people are given opportunities because you consider those other people to be more worthy than me. I don't complain about that. I don't complain about the fact that you require me to be in this ring instead of at home with my family, missing weddings, missing birthdays, missing so many special moments. Do you know I've never been trick-or-treating with my kids? Because I've always been here. 2 days ago, my son lost his first tooth. And I wasn't there to see the excitement on his face, the happiness on his face when he reached under the pillow and saw the money that the tooth fairy left for him. I wasn't there because I was here. I never complain about the people that you put ahead of me. I never complain about the time I spend away. I have never complained about the fact that you have never allowed someone like me to compete or contend for the WWE title.
Oddball, I see you're back. Welcome back, man.
I have never complained, and I'm not going to start complaining now. What I need from you right here, right now, face to face, man to man, is for you to tell me what I need to do so that I can do it.
There you go. B+. Kofi's a C at best. Come on now. Give that man some credit. Randy Orton. We're running low on time here. We got less than 2 minutes.
All you have to do, Kofi, all you have to do is to beat that man. All you got, then you're going to the promised land. You beat that man.
Well, Samoa Joe, what the hell's going on here all of a sudden? Tony Lee, welcome to the stream, man. Kofi B+, well.
And beat that man. And to beat those men too. And to beat this one last man. All you have to do next week is beat them in a gauntlet match.
Oh.
You're going to WrestleMania. A gauntlet match?
So Kofi has to beat Samoa Joe, The Bar, Rowan, and Randy Orton in a gauntlet match next week as we Samoa Joe fat asses.
Next week, Kofi Kingston has got to beat all of these competitors that the New Day is tangling with right now.
Kofi's got to do it all on his own. He doesn't have New Day. He's got to defeat Randy Orton, Samoa Joe, The Bar, and Rowan in one night. Are you kidding me?
Oh, no. Rowan's got a hold of Kofi. Oh, and one's to the rescue.
It's almost 9 o'clock here, so this is getting ready to wrap up. Tony Lee, thanks for coming hang out, man, even though we're about to end this. Big E will send everybody out the ring, and the New Day are standing tall here.
Kofi Kingston better start planning now. Start praying.
It's clear. Mr. McMahon does not want Kofi Kingston to be WWE champion. Kofi Kingston got screwed again.
So Kofi Kingston has to go through a just sub. Tony Lee, we appreciate it, man. Appreciate you subbing with us. SmackDown has just gone off the air now. So Tony Lee, sorry we're about to wrap it up here, man. You came in a little bit late, but we will be back on Saturday, I believe. I don't know what time, but subscribe to us. Go like us on Facebook, also on Twitter. That's where we will tell you when we're going to be live streaming our actual podcast episode coming up this weekend. So Tony Lee, appreciate it. Oddball, P-Scope 39. Also, I think Icebergish, I think was the guy's name, was also in here. Mike Yo was in here earlier. Appreciate everybody. Ryan Bowman as well, head man at the Gorilla Position. Y'all go check them out. Appreciate everybody coming hanging out tonight. So, Tony Lee, thanks for the subscription, man. Really appreciate it. P-Scope, Andre the Giant Battle Royal with Rumble spots would be better, but we know he will win. Yeah, Oddball, have a good night. Yeah, you have a good night too, guys. Again, thanks for everybody. Come and hang out. Our next live reaction stream will be April 1st, the go-home show of Monday Night Raw to WrestleMania. Tony Lee, have a good one too, guys. And like I said, be on the lookout. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter to find out when we're going to be live streaming our podcast this weekend. So y'all have a great week, everyone.